What's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel. Missed y'all, man. Welcome back. We're gonna get started here very, very shortly. Um, Thank you for being a part of the live stream. We back, we live, right? Um, yeah. So we're gonna get into it tonight. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the channel. If you are new to the channel, make sure you smash the like button. That is the cost of admission for this content in this free live stream. Also, if you're new to the channel, this is your first time being on the live stream, make sure you hit the like button and you also subscribe to the channel. So tap in with us, and let's make sure let me make sure I got my live set up. How's everybody doing tonight, man? How y'all doing, man? I appreciate y'all tapping in. As you come into the stream, let me know what city and state you tapping in from. Let me know. Tonight we're gonna be talking about step 3 in our 5-step process on how to get $100,000 in business funding. So that's what the topic is tonight. So stay tuned. Hopefully you guys are getting approvals. You guys are out here crushing it. And getting this funding, man. There's so much opportunity that lies in the marketplace right now for funding. It is really wide open at this point. So yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. How was y'all week, man? Any approvals this week? Anybody getting any approvals? Let me know. We're gonna get into it tonight. We're gonna be talking about how to actually list your business online, right? Because it's not enough that you are bank compliant. Okay, we got Marilyn in the house. What's up? What's up, Marilyn? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So it's not enough, like we talked about last week, to be bank compliant, right? That's the first step, right? After we form our business. But now we got to take it a step further. We got the business, we bank compliant, right? That's step 2. We talked about that last week. So if you are watching this on the replay, make sure you go back and watch week 2 live stream. We'll show you how to set up being bank compliant. Business name, no Gmail, no Yahoo, no PO box, no UPS store box. And so we want to get into it tonight. We want to talk about how to actually list your business, right? This is step number 3 in our 5-step how to build business credit series. Okay. We just dropped the video, the short form video on the same topic on Tuesday night. So go back and watch that if you need something a little more shorter. But if not, hopefully you stick around for this live stream tonight and get some of this information. So we're gonna get right into it. But again, if you are watching this on the replay and you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Helps our content get out to a wider audience, and we definitely appreciate the support. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know where you tapping in from. We got my guy Santana, Trey Foe in the building, 49er gang. Yes, indeed. I think we 2-0 now, right? I could be wrong. I think we 2-0. I could be wrong. I haven't tapped in. I haven't watched the game yet, Santana. I'll be honest. I've been grinding, but I'm gonna try to catch a game this weekend. Okay. Memphis in the house. M-Town. What's going on? Memphis, Tennessee. I'm sorry. I don't want to disrespect. So welcome, Memphis, Tennessee. Adrian Carter. She right next door. I'm in Carolina, of course, as you can tell by the name of the channel. As always, too, make sure you subscribe. That's all I can say. But we're going to get into it tonight. We're going to be talking about step 3 in our 5-step process on how to actually build business credit. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to list your business, the 4 main places that you want to list your business when you're doing your business listings. And they are important because, there are banks out there, the Synchrony banks of the world, the BB&Ts, the PNCs of the world. They do pay attention to this. They do pay attention to if your business is listed. Okay. Santana say, yes, sir. We 2-0, play Green Bay. Okay. That's gonna be a good one then. I gotta check that one out. Okay. Aaron Rodgers is my favorite player. So 49 is my favorite team, but Aaron Rodgers is my favorite player. But shout out to Tom Brady, the GOAT. Patrick Mahomes, too. Also, been some good conversations on these strategy calls, man. A lot of y'all really got a lot of things in place to really start making some leeway, making some damage. So if you have not yet took advantage of your free strategy call, it's absolutely free. On these strategy calls, we walk you through how to set up your business profile in 60 days or less. We have Q&A. We answer any questions, help you get unstuck, help you kind of figure all these things out, right? It's one thing to actually look at a video and kind of understand what the video is saying, but it's another thing to actually get actual practical steps. And so if you have not booked your free strategy call yet, I invite you to take advantage. Just text the word free to 980-825-4360. It's down below on the bottom of the screen. Again, that's 980-825-4360. Text the word free to that number, and we'll have my team reach out to you and have a strategy call. And yeah, so take advantage of that. What's going on, Georgia? Augusta's in the building. I appreciate you. Tramika tapping in as usual with her approvals. Look at you. Tramika is out here not playing. Katina ain't playing. I was approved for a line of credit 2,000 or the second option 4,000 term loan through Funbox. Honestly, I'm not a fan of Funbox if you cannot 10x the money. Meaning, if you get $1,000, can you make 10,000 from it? But I would always go with the line of credit versus a lump sum of money without a plan. So that's gonna really depend on your strategy. What do you plan to deploy the money for? Like what is the capital being used for? But we'll get into Q&A definitely tonight. We're gonna touch on the step 3 tonight. And then we can definitely tap into Q&A. Also, I want to get you guys, I want to start doing this more. So I'm gonna put the link. I want to start having you guys join the live streams, right? So it's not just enough to, get on here and kind of do Q&A, me do a presentation. I want to start having discussions with you guys. So Katina, if you see the link in the StreamYard, let's get on the stream and let's kind of tackle that question live for the viewers, because I think it'll be some interesting dialogue behind that. Okay. So yeah, if you guys want to jump on the stream, make sure you cammed up, you got good lighting, and let's have those conversations right here while we on the live stream. Okay. I want to start doing these more regularly with you guys. So if you got questions and you want to come on the live and get your shine, hey, go ahead and click that link right there. I put the link to join the stream right in the actual in the comments. So click that link in the stream. Santana, let's get on here and see what approvals you got this week, man. You've been rocking strong, man. But other than that, man, welcome, family. Missed y'all. I mean, it's been a whole week, but it's been a long week. A lot of approvals. Let's see what we got this week. Got a Wex card approval. That was good. Got a $15,000 business credit card, FNBO. That was dope. Got a few NAV accounts opened up. What other approvals we got this week? BP MasterCard. Just had someone get a BP MasterCard. Business line of credit. Shout out to the credit unions. Still doing their thing. They lending right now. Credit unions is on fire. So we got a business line of credit approval this week for a client. Yeah, that's about it this week. So let me know what approvals y'all got. Katina is not playing. Approved for $2,500 business credit through Capital on Tap. Yeah, Capital on Tap is great. That's awesome. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Congrats to you. You are working, man. Definitely. I think we got a strategy call set up here shortly. So congrats to you. In the meantime, you definitely been putting in that work, Katina. So I'm proud of you. It's good to see when these videos translate into wins. It's not, me just wanting to talk your head off. I actually want you guys to execute and implement. And so far, everybody that's a part of my tribe has been doing that. Every week we get on these live streams, somebody got an approval. So whether it's a client I'm working with or you guys out in YouTube, in the business credit space, we coming up with these approvals, man. So obviously the formula is there. Absolutely. You're very welcome, Katina. Very welcome, man. Definitely want to tap in with you if you want to get on the live stream. And let's hash out that question about the line of credit or the $4,000 term loan. Because Fundbox is a little tricky, man. I really don't I don't have I'm not for or against Fundbox. You just gotta have the right strategy. So yeah, man, we want to get into it. I saw an interesting article today, so I wanna share this article with you guys. Somebody said I feel stuck. Hold on, we're gonna have to get you on the stream. So here's an article I found from BB&T, right? My favorite. That's Bay to me, BB&T. And the interesting thing about this article is not only the fact that they give you 5 steps to build business credit, but this is one of the top major banks, right? This is like the 6th largest bank in the country, right? And they're lending like crazy, right? They gave me a $10,000 business credit card. They do business lines of credit, auto loans, but they actually put on their website a 5 steps to building business credit, right? Similar to what we're doing with this series, right? And I thought it was interesting because you normally don't hear most major banks mention business credit. Normally, the banks that even bring up business credit are even like the smaller local banks, right? But it was interesting article. And one thing to keep in mind, they list out the steps, and I'll put the link to the article here in the comments. But one thing they mentioned was here, and we're going to get into this next week, but establish trade lines with your vendors. And so when you guys hear me talk about, building a business profile, 80 paydex strategy, 2 NAV accounts, 2 gas cards, consumer office supplies, build out your tier 1, I'm not just saying it just to say it, because actually banks are even paying attention to the business profile, right? And that's one of the things we can kind of help you with on the strategy call. So make sure when you guys see this on the replay, if you have not booked your free strategy call, text free to 980-825-4360. Again, text free to the number 980-825-4360. And make sure you set up a free strategy call, because building out your business profile, believe it or not, actually is being looked at by big banks, right? BB&T put this on their website, right? And so essentially it says number one, step one, separate your business bank accounts from your personal accounts, right? We talked about that week 1, right? We want to set up the form, the LLC. We want to make sure we get our EIN number, and then we want to open our business bank account. So you see that right there. That's step number 1. We talked about that 2 weeks ago when we talked about this whole series. When we started this whole series, that was step number 1, right? So again, this is BB&T's website. And then it says request business credit in your company's name. Now we're going to actually deep dive into that next week, right? On step 4, when we build out the business profile. But just real quick, it says one of the fastest ways to build business credit is to get a business credit card. Now, interestingly enough, the beauty that we all know of business credit is that you can actually max it out and it doesn't affect your personal. But here they're saying keep it around 20 to 30%, which I thought was pretty interesting. Okay. Now, even for startups, what they recommend is begin with a secured card. If you're just starting out, maybe not, depending on your personal credit, depending on how well of a relationship you want with that particular lender, maybe do a secured business credit card. I'm more of the unsecured. But again, here's what I wanted to highlight, right? Is establish trade lines with your vendors. aka open up net 30 accounts with vendors. So even BB&T, a top 5, top 10 bank, is telling you to build business credit by establishing a solid tier 1 business credit profile. Okay. And then again, they say, step number 4, pay your bills on time, just like personal credit, and keep your records clean. So check out this article. I'm gonna make sure I put a link in the chat for you to check out the article. So check this out when you get a chance. I'll put it here. So if you're catching this on the replay, what's up, Miki? What's going on, Mikai, Miki? Jay says I feel stuck. Okay, Jay, let's get you on the stream. I got the link in the actual comment. So Jay, let's get on the stream and let's hash it out. Let's get you unstuck. Okay, Jay said Funbox, she loves them. I need a plan. Yes, you most definitely do need a plan. Yes, because banks like that, the reason why they're so easy to get those trade lines and those business lines with them is because those interest rates can bankrupt your business, especially without a plan. So for me, I always say, like, if you could take the Funbox money and, turn it into, a down payment on, let's say you put a down payment on a Toro car and now you're able to cover, if you could 10x the money and let's say 90 days to 6 months, I would definitely do it. But, you just got to kind of be careful. Black August, Age Corporation. Okay. Not sure what you mean there, brother, but welcome to the channel. Takira said, apply for BP and Shell gas cards more than 7 business days ago. Should I call to follow up? Yeah, I would. I mean, I would see what's going on. I would definitely just check that out and see exactly if you did get the approval, what's the hold up with the cards. BP, honestly, I'll be honest with you, a lot of these gas cards, they getting slammed because they short staff right now. My guy over at Wex was telling me that they got a lot of applications coming in on a daily basis, so they just working through them. So you just kind of got to be patient at this point. Continue, Takira. Jay said that utilization matters now. Okay, so that's good to know. The utilization for business matters. Okay. And again, not all business credit cards report to the business bureaus. So, that's something to be aware of too. Definitely. Yeah, Takira, very welcome. Very welcome. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into it tonight. We're talking about step 3. Daryl Seymour, what's happening? What's happening? Appreciate you tapping in. Let us know where you're calling in from. So this week's been great, man. We had a lot of great strategy calls. Some people got set up with Opus. People got set up with Nav. We helped some people get set up with Nav. Just trying to help you guys push forward, man. That's the goal. It's to always make you guys move forward, man. So that's what I'm here for. That's what I do this for, to help you guys get traction. So we're gonna get into the live stream tonight. Make sure you tapping in. Let me know exactly what city, state, what area you calling in from, tapping in from. My guy Daryl says, how to get a free business score, or do you have to pay for it? Yeah, you will have to get a NAV paid account. Either the you can get the NAV Boost plan or the NAV Business Loan Builder plan. So Daryl, if you go back and watch video 1, the video that's coming out next week, next Tuesday, we're putting out a video on how to actually set up your business profile. But just to answer your question, you want to go to nav.com and get either the Business Boost plan or the Business Loan Builder plan, and then you'll be able to actually see your scores for your business reports. You'll see your 80 Paydex. Now, as far as free scores for business, you can see your Paydex score with your DUNS manager. So when you set up your DMB dashboard, which we'll cover that next week, you can see your score in your DUNS manager. So your credit signal, all of that, you can see that in there. So check that out, Daryl. Hope that helps Capital on tap don't report. I mean, hey, run it up. Black August. I mean, hey, if they not reporting the trade line, then you can max it out and it won't show on the business or personal. So that's 2 for 1. You know what I mean? So that's a good point though. Capital on tap don't report. So for anybody catching this on the replay, Capital on tap does not report. Hello from Alabama. Welcome, welcome. Sweet home Alabama. What part of Alabama? What part of Alabama are you checking in from? Let me know. I'm here in Carolina. All right. Daryl said ATL. Okay. I'm gonna be down at ATL soon, man. We're gonna have to do hopefully we can do a meetup, man. I'm gonna find us a spot to do a meetup down in the ATL, man. I'm gonna be down there in November. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. I want to do a group chat, man, but I got the free Facebook group. So I got a lot going on with that Facebook group. Also, speaking of the Facebook group, if you have not joined the free Facebook group, check out the bottom of the screen. It's free. We in there. We winning. We getting approvals. We getting people business lines of credit. We finding banks in your local area that help lend to you. What else? We in there getting gas cards approvals. We spitting game. We giving out, just gems and information, man. One thing about me, I don't want to die with information, right? I don't want to be the one who knows everything and can help everybody build business credit. And I never gave y'all the tools to do so. So that's one thing about me. I'm going to give you the gems. All I ask is that you execute. See, it's one thing to give you the information. You have to actually go out and execute this stuff. So when we get on these live streams, us as content creators, just execute on what we asking you to do. Any information you get from me, all I ask is you execute. You don't have to pay for it. Just execute and let me see the results. All right. Hey, Black August, yeah, man. Just run it up, I mean, make sure you paying it, by the due date, but if they're not reporting, hey, all to the better. What up, though? From Detroit, the mayor. Okay, mayor. I wonder if my man Anton Daniels got something to say about that, man. He said he the mayor of Detroit. I see you. All right. But appreciate you tapping in from Detroit. Appreciate you tapping in. All right, Black August in Florida. All right. Birmingham, Alabama, great market. Love that market for real estate. What's going on, Miss Danielle? ATL, y'all be in here heavy in Atlanta, man. Atlanta be showing love. I definitely got to come down to the A and chop it up with all my ATL folks. Also, before we get into the nitty gritty of the live tonight, we're gonna get into it real quick. I just want to give you guys an update. Make sure you check out the collaboration tour. My brother Ramon Tukes has put together the collaboration tour. If you have not registered, make sure you register for your city. Okay, the collaboration tour. You want to be a part of this, man. I'm actually going to be speaking at the collaboration tour in Charlotte. So October 14th, if you're in Charlotte or you're around North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, make sure you come out to the collaboration tour. Okay. It's free. Or no, it's not free. I'm sorry. I give away gems for free, but this ain't free. So check out the collaboration tour. I think Friday, October the 1st, or next Friday, they're doing it in Cleveland, Ohio. So Cleveland, you up next. Make sure you tap in with the good brother Ramon Tukes, and it says they're going to cover personal and business credit, how to increase, obtain, and use it. Boom. Where to get unlimited funding, including some of my private sources. Boom. Again, how to get funded, how to find deals. Real estate is all about the deal. You got to be able to find deals and how to build that team, right? So, again, make sure y'all follow my guy Ramon, connect with him, one of the big dogs in the ATL, somebody who I respect, my big brother. And make sure you tap in. So, you can see here, this is the collaboration tour, right? So this is Cleveland, right? So tap in with Ramon, follow his, connect with him on Instagram and make sure you tap in with the collaboration tour. Like I said, I'll be at the one here in Charlotte on October 14th. So if you're in the Carolinas or surrounding areas, I'd love to connect with you. But that being said, we're gonna get into the live stream tonight, man. We're gonna do some Q&A after we get through tonight's topic, which is how do you set up your business? How do you list your business online? Okay. We're gonna give you some tips. And the reason why this is important when you list your business is because essentially, right, as you go through these steps, you formed your business, you got your business bank account, you got your EIN number. You went ahead and made sure your business looks good on paper, right? So you did set up your bank compliance, right? We talked about that last week. So for anybody catching this on the replay, make sure you go back and watch our stream from last week when we talked about how to actually set up your bank compliance. That means, a domain name, website, email with domain name, business address, physical location, business phone number, fax number in some scenarios. And we even talked about how to actually vet locations to make sure that they're not red flags. So go back and watch that live stream if you didn't get a chance to, and make sure you listed your you set your business up properly, because tonight we're going to talk about listing your business. And you want to make sure you list your business because banks need to know who you are and where you are in the local market, right? If customers can't find you, that's not a good sign. If banks can't find you, then that means customers can't find you. And if customers can't find you, it's going to be hard to make sales. So you want to make sure that you don't skip this step. And I did this process, step 1, step 2, step 3, because they all build on each other, right? You form your business, you get your LLC. Next, you want to make sure you bank compliant. After you bank compliant, now you have your website. Now you want to put your website online. You want to list your business, okay? And so we're going to get into it tonight, man. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Des Moines, Iowa's in the building. So yeah, we're going to get into it, guys. We're going to get into Q&A tonight. So definitely bring those questions, man, and we're going to tap in and get them answered. Also, I want to start doing this, man. If you guys want to come on the actual live stream while we live and cam up, let's do it. Let's cam up. Let's actually go through, let's go through this. Let's go through whatever scenario, whatever question you have, and kind of, have some dialogue. Let's have some conversation. I want to connect. I want to get with you guys and really help you guys as much as I can. So real quick, I'm gonna pull my screen up. So let's see. All right. So get your business listed online. We'll pull my screen up. But that was an interesting article from BB&T, because most banks, I don't hear them really talk about business credit, right? True business credit. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about get your business listed online. Okay. And why is this important? Oops, I'm sharing. Lord have mercy. Y'all pray for me, man. It's been a long day. All right. So step 3. Tonight we're going to talk about how to get your business listed online. Okay. And what you want to do with this step is you want to make sure that your company is visible. You want to be out in the open. Okay. So remember that, when you're actually listing your business, you want to make it easy for vendors to find you, for banks to find you, and everybody in between. So we're going to kind of cover this real briefly, and then we're going to get into some more Q&A. So think about it like this, right? Us as business owners, sometimes we neglect this step because we think, okay, I got an 850 credit score, I got my business, I got my LLC, I got my articles, I did my, bank compliance, I got my professional email. But now when you step to the bank and you sit down with a banker and you tell them, hey, my company is XYZ, and they just happen to, off on the side, do a quick Google search and nothing comes up, or a quick Bing search, or even, just a simple seeing if you got a social media page, Facebook, Instagram, anything, and nothing comes up, then that could be a potential red flag. Okay. Now, one thing you want to make sure when you're listing your business online, all the information should be congruent, meaning it should be the same across everywhere. from the Secretary of State to Dun & Bradstreet to your website to your online listings, right? Everything we're going to talk about tonight. And so the main 4 listings that we're going to talk about is, list your business with Yelp, 411, right? We want to make sure we 411 listed. That's why we don't recommend using a VoIP, voice over IP number, a VoIP number. Those internet numbers, they really don't let you list those with 411. So you kind of you kind of caught in a spider web, so to speak. And so Google My Business, free as well. We're gonna talk about how to set up your Google My Business, and then yp.com, yellowpages.com. Okay. So let's get into it. Also, if you want to come on the stream, make sure you click the link in the comments. Let's cam up. We want to talk to you guys and find out how to get you unstuck tonight. Okay. So first things first, get your business listed, 411. Now, the thing you want to keep in mind with the 411 listings, right? Because there are 2 different places where you can list yourself. There's a few more. You got yext.com. That's another one. We'll pull that one up. You can list your business online for free. There are some other places, but one thing to kind of keep in mind is that 411 is, for all intents and purposes, still relevant for listing phone numbers. Okay. Now, the importance of 411 and the reason why you want to list your business with 411 is certain vendors actually will deny you if you're not listed with 411. So there's vendors like Uline, for instance, Synchrony Bank. They do background checks and they look for your number to be 411 listed, right? If they can't find your business phone number, you may get denied. Okay. List yourself, another great place to get listed for free as well. And so, just kind of bringing up the, 411.info. 411.info is free. You don't have to pay for it. List your business on 411. Now, one thing to keep in mind with 411.info is that they take about a week to so essentially all you want to do is here you would type being that this your first time, if you're new to listing your business with 411.info, you just go here to do you want to add a business, click here to start, put your business information here in the box, okay, and check and see if it's already listed. Typically, if you're first time doing it, then your business won't be listed. But then you can just put your information in and pretty much go ahead, fill out the form. So let's just say I'm gonna use 678. All right, I'm just doing this randomly. Texas LLC, right? Dallas. And let's just, for the sake of it, see, right? Boom. And then so you would go here. Once your business is not listed, you will put all this information in, right? So you will put the name of your business. Of course, don't put Texas LLC, but you essentially will fill this out, and that will be how you get listed with 411.info. Okay. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that, again, you have 411.info. It takes typically about, it took me about 7-ish days to get listed. I used to recommend List Yourself, which I'll pull this up on the screen. I used to recommend List Yourself, but they've been kind of slow lately. So I've been telling people to use 411.info as of late. But List Yourself is another free service. You just want to do the local listings here. So you want to go here and then you want to just do individual business, individual personal, right? If you want your phone number to be listed, back in the day, everybody used to have their phone numbers in the phone book. So you can do that, or you can do local listings, right? Now, this is free. I would not pay for it. So I would just do this one right here, right? I would just do the business listings, put your information in. Again, they will have someone call you to confirm that the number is valid. And then once they do that, once you verify that the number is valid, then you can add the listing, and then you're good to go. So that is list yourself. Now, one thing to keep in mind with list yourself, they are a little slower. So it may take you about a week and a half. So just be patient with them. And if by day 7, if you haven't heard anything back by day 7, I would just go to I recommend just going straight to 411.info, right? But if you do decide to use list yourself, just give them some time. If you get that phone call, you're going to have to be by your phone. So when you do this, make sure that you're picking up your business phone calls. That's why I like to have a dedicated business line. I don't necessarily like having two phone numbers. Having two phones per se, but just having a dedicated business line with a voicemail, professional voicemail. So that works perfect. And then Yext is another online listing service. So Yext, you can go here and list your business. All right. So did I do this right? So you can list your business with Yext. They do online listings as well, right? Location listings, power your business, listing across 200 search engines. Now, this is more of a paid way to do it, but it gets your business, like I said, listed on over 200 places. Okay. So just kind of keep in mind that you're gonna have to pay a couple dollars for Yext, but this is another 411. They will list your business on 411 though. That's what I wanted to kind of highlight there. So again, when you're listing your business, you want to start with 411. That should be your first listing. All right, as always, and start there. And you should have no problem getting that set up for free. All right. So Yelp. Yelp is cool. I like Yelp a lot because it's free, and a lot of people use Yelp reviews for restaurants. Of course, most times when you're out of town, that's the first place you check. You check the Yelp reviews, you check your Google reviews. So I recommend when you do list your business with Yelp, 3 to 5 reviews is ideal. You don't need to pay for ads. And the good thing about Yelp listings is that not only do you get your business listed on Yelp, but it also helps with SEO, right? When someone types your business into a Google search or a Bing search or a Yahoo search, your business comes up. That Yelp page can get your business out to more eyes on your business. So it's a good way, free way. You don't have to pay for Yelp. Essentially, all you want to do is here. Let me pull up Yelp. And essentially with Yelp, all you want to do, you don't want to pay for this. You just want to go to where it says reviews. All right, so let's see. Computer's running slow. I'm gonna have to upgrade this computer, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Let's see. Let's do food. I'm hungry right now. I'm on day 11 of this raw cleanse detox, right? So for businesses, right? You want to go right up here to the right. Okay. To list your business. All right. And so here it says manage my free listing. That's all you want to do with Yelp. You just want to go here, manage my free listing. Okay. And then we just want to set this up. Put your business information in, right? Texas LLC. I don't even know where I got Texas LLC from, man. And then you just want to go here where it says add to Yelp for free. Okay. So that's Yelp pretty much in a nutshell. And again, that's pretty much it. They're going to call you asking you to buy ads. Trust me, they're going to call you and ask you to buy some ads for Yelp. You don't need them. You don't need to pay for ads for Yelp. It's not going to generate any type of well, I'll take that back. If you think it can and you have the budget, maybe try it. I'm not going to say don't get Yelp ads, but you don't need to pay for them. You just want the free listing with Yelp, okay? All right. And so next is Google My Business, okay? Google My Business is free. Now, what I've been seeing, and I've been getting phone calls from these folks, and it's a shame that, people still don't have any integrity in business. What you find is a lot of marketing companies, what they do is they will call you and say, hey, we see that your Google business listing is not verified, or your Google business listing is unclaimed. Hey, would you like to pay $500 and get it claimed? No, absolutely not. You don't need to pay for listing your business on Google. Google My Business is absolutely free. It's a free service from Google. You don't have to necessarily pay for this, okay? Now, if you're reading the screen, you can see here, you want to make sure that you vet that office location, right? So again, if you missed last week's live stream in week 2, we talked about how to actually choose your virtual office. Make sure you're picking the right virtual office, okay? But Google My Business is a free service. You don't have to necessarily pay for that. I just want to stress that because um, a lot of businesses now are trying to, I don't know, scam people, drum up business. I really don't know what their motive is, but they're charging people to list their business on Google and give them a bull crap website, like a BS 2-page crappy load time website. So just be mindful of that. You don't need to pay for that. If somebody's calling you, harassing you, um, you know, block the number and just keep it pushing, man. So this is Google My Business. So all you do is you go to google.com/business, right? And then you just go here. Same thing with Yelp Manage Now. This is totally free. You just go here and you would just put your Google listing in, right? So you can pretty much do that easily. And that is free also. So Google My Business, right? So let's go down the list. You want to list with 411.info first and foremost, right? Then next you want to do Yelp. Yelp is totally free, even though they will harass you to get the paid ads, right? For Yelp. And then third is Google My Business, totally free as well. Your Google listing will come right up. It takes about a couple days because the way the process works with the Google My Business, whatever address you give them, they're going to actually send a postcard to that address with a special code. You take that code, you go back into this listing that you set up, and then you put that code in, and then boom, once you put the code in, then your business is live on Google. Your website is visible, all of that good stuff. So, and this listing, I honestly recommend, it will help you get customers too, because it puts you on Google Maps. Okay. I hope y'all caught this. It puts you on Google Maps as well. So even when someone is searching for your business on Google Maps, you will come up, right? And it also helps with search engine optimization, SEO, right? Now, SEO is something that, it's a paid skill. I'm learning it, right? We got our blog, I'm kind of getting into it. I got my SEO Bible, but this can help you with SEO, right? Just organic search traffic. Just think of it that way. When people type in your business, what comes up in Google, what comes up in Bing, what comes up in Yahoo, right? That organic search, right? Not paying for traffic. Google does have paid ads. You can do YouTube ads with Google, and you can do pay-per-click ads. So, and I think when you sign up for this Google My Business listing, you get like $150 credit for Google ads. So, take advantage of that Google ads. That's a good way to get out on the map. It's pretty cheap, efficient. Us as entrepreneurs, business owners, sometimes we don't do the best job of marketing our service or product. So we got to be a little bit more mindful about, it's 2021. You got to get in front of as many customers as possible, right? Like I'm here every week doing these free live streams, but I also still have to, pay for traffic, right? It's not just enough to get on the live and on the YouTube channel and tell you guys that I help entrepreneurs and business owners get funding, but I need to also be in front of customers on the web offline. So Google My Business is a great way to get listed. SEO, is perfect for that. So make sure you get your business listed with Google. And then lastly, we want to talk about YP.com. Let's bring YP up real quick, and we're going to bring you guys on the stream. If you want to come on the stream, just make sure you cam up. We're going to be doing Q&A, right? The link is in the description. I'm going to post that again here shortly for you guys. And so we did Google My business, right? And so next, after Google My business, man, what happened? I lost my screen. But yeah, after Google My business, we want to do YP.com. And essentially that's just yellowpages.com. That's all it is. And so for those of you who are not familiar with Yellow Pages, it essentially was the phone book back in the day. Now, again, like I said in the short form video, if you're under the age of 25, you may not even know what a phone book is or what it looked like. Okay, I'm just being real. All my 21-year-olds, all my 19s, my 15-year-olds, you probably have never seen a phone book in your life. I was about to say a Facebook. You definitely seen Facebook. But YP.com is another site that you can list your business on for free. Okay, because tonight we're talking about the free listings. There are some paid companies that do SEO. You got Manta, you got Moz, Local, you got Yext, which we talked about earlier. So there are some paid companies. If you really don't have the time to sit down and do all of these, I mean, you could literally do these all in like an hour. It's really not hard. You just put your information in, submit it, and you good to go. You could literally knock out steps 1 through 3 in like a week and a half. Honestly, you could get an LLC, fill out your articles, get your EIN, open up your business bank account, set all your bank compliance up, and do your listings in like 2 weeks. You can get all this done in 2 weeks. Trust me. So that's pretty much it. YP.com. That's the last free one that you want to focus on. I'm going to actually drop the link in here. I want to get you guys on the stream. So make sure when you come on the stream that you cam up, and let's answer some questions, man. Let's get into some Q&A. I think we had somebody who wanted to hop on. Let's see. My guy Mayor said, took your advice and got almost 8,700. Woo! I see you, Detroit Mayor. I see you, man. Salute. 8,700 in funding from Crown Office Supplies. Three of his businesses. All right. Very welcome, bro. Glad to see you taking action. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. When we do these live streams, I put this content out. We do these free strategy calls. Again, if you have not booked your free strategy call yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure you text the word free to 980-825-4360. See, he did all of this from a free strategy call, 8,700 from Crown Office. So again, man, this stuff works when you work it. I really don't know what else to say other than, the stuff works when you work it. If anybody has questions, make sure you drop them in the chat. Let's get into some Q&A. Again, tonight we talked about how to actually list your business. So we talked about listing your business on 411. That's very, very important. Vendors look at that 401 listing as well as banks. We also talked about listing your business on Yelp, yelp.com. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. We also talked about Google My Business. Google is free. And also YP.com, yellowpages.com. Okay. Those are the 4 main online listing platforms that you want to make sure your business is listed, right? That'll get you visible on the web. That'll make sure that banks can find you, vendors can find you. They're not having to hunt down, your Facebook page or whatever else you got linked. So I'm trying to pull up the comments, man. But for whatever reason, I'm not seeing it. All right, here we go. All right. So does anybody want to come on the live stream? I'm gonna put it in the chat. Okay, we got somebody on the stream. All right.
Hey.
Hey, what's happening? Introduce yourself and let the people know where you're from and what's going on.
Hey, my name is Jade. I am in Middle Georgia, so it's like around the Macon area.
Macon. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Macon.
Yes.
Money making, right? I heard that before.
Not as much as I wanted to make, but it's doing some stuff.
I heard that before, though, right? Is that a saying, or
I've never heard it before.
I think I'm making it up then. But what's going on? Where you at in the process? Where are you stuck?
So I have my 80 Paydex. We were talking the other day. I think I really screwed up with the address thing because I thought I was ready for tier 2. And then, I have not been rejected so hard in my entire life. Everything I applied for was like, no. I was like, wait a minute.
What did you apply for?
Let me see. I wrote them down too because I was like, oh, wow. Okay, hold on.
That's interesting. So you say you started with tier 1. You got an 80 Paydex.
And the rest is like the Equifax and Experian. I was getting confused. Experian is one that has the 3 digits, right?
No, Equifax gives you a 3-digit score.
So that one's low, and so is, Experian. Both of them are still really low, and I'm like, one of them has nothing reported. I'm like, well, I know because when I started, what I did was listen to you, and I was like, okay, so to me, I took something out of every category. I was like, I want that does for everyone. So when I thought I covered my bases, but maybe I didn't.
Okay.
So I applied for the WEX gas card. Now, mind you, I already have the Shell gas card and the pilot, but I don't use the pilot because there's none really around me.
Got you.
I applied for the A to B. I applied for the OtterBox is what somebody else I was looking at. OtterBox was one. Then I applied for, what was it?
Did you try any city? Okay, so that's a city
Depot.
trade line.
Okay.
So typically with the city trade lines, now I'm glad you mentioned that. The city trade lines, they are more tier 2, but typically you're gonna so essentially, and I always say this, and this is I'm glad you brought that up. A solid business tier 1 profile, you want to have about 5 to 7 before you kind of move into tier 2, right?
In every section, because I have 5 in Dun and Bradstreet. I have 1 in Experian.
Yeah, so you want to have 5 per bureau. Now, the reason why I mentioned that is because with the city trade lines, they look at DNB, but there's also some other data points that you probably want to have on your profile. So you probably want to make sure you got at least 7 to 10 employees.
I did that.
Okay. So yeah, I think we talked about that. So 7 to 10 employees, revenue. If you're 1 year or less in business, most times city is going to want the PG. They probably, if you 1 year or less, just expect that they're going to ask for the PG without the 5 to 7. So once you get that 5 to 7 on each bureau, then they're a little more relaxed. It may be closer to 8 to 10. I'm seeing that with the city cards. Now, one thing I talked about, I think I talked about it last week. You can get a city business credit card, right? So this is like the city AA Advantage business card. It reports to Dun & Bradstreet and Experian. So that could give you a trade line on Dun & Bradstreet if you want a PG. And you'll be in a city family.
I don't want a PG. My credit is horrible. Come in. I don't want to I didn't want a PG. So like I'm literally trying to build my business credit and my personal credit at the same time. So I have a lot of stuff to fix on my personal credit. So I'm like, I can't PG anything.
Okay, well, now that's cool. So what you want to do is maybe get a couple more Experian trade lines. So maybe the 2 NAV accounts.
I got one. So you have here to do the other one. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I would get the 2 NAV accounts. You said you got A to B or you got denied for A to B?
I listed our ones I got denied for. If you want me to tell you what I have Uline, Quill, Granger, Summa, Shell. I'll say Pilot J, even though I don't use it. NAV. I got the first NAV, and then I got the Ohana.
Okay.
And then I was going to sign up for tomorrow, well, no, Friday, the eCredible, the Credit Strong, and the Credit Biz.
I would maybe hold off on eCredible because I haven't seen any data that they report.
Really?
It's still on the fence if they ever report. I have not seen one person who said that they actually saw a report. So I would maybe swap out eCredible for a second NAV account. I would maybe do the 2 NAV accounts, maybe get the Business Boost or the
I got the first one that doesn't get you prepared for the loans. I got the one that doesn't get you prepared for the loans.
So you probably want to get the loan builder then.
Okay.
That would be the next one to get. And then you got Ohana, you got Suma, so that's good. You got those checked off. So 2 NAV accounts, 2 gas cards. If you're in Middle Georgia, if you have the Shell, you probably, the reason why you got denied for WEX is because WEX underwrites the Shell card. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I don't put a specific gas station on the 80 Paydex cheat sheet, right? If you notice on the cheat sheet, I put the WEX fleet card because if you can get that one first, it works at all of them. It works at Shell, works at 7-Eleven, works everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's good that you got the Shell, no worries, because it does report. But the thing is, it's gonna probably report in 60 days. Because
I just made my first payment on them.
Yeah. So after about that second or third, you'll see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So give it
I just feel like I'm stuck. So I just said I was like, give myself.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I get it. So I would say you got a solid D&B profile. You got 5. You know, typically 5 to 7 is all you need. We just got to work on that experience. So I'm gonna give you Uline that reports to D&B and Experian. You got that. So so you got that one checked off. Sunbelt Rentals, is there Sunbelt in Macon?
There is a Sunbelt, but I am in the fashion industry. I've tried to think of what I could get from Sunbelt. Like even my husband, I can get him some. I can think like Granger was hard. I was like, he could change.
Yeah, I never used Granger.
I look at it for like oil, even though it's expensive. Like if you want to change oil for your car,
right?
They sell that. So I've gotten really good at basically breaking down each company how you can turn into your home stuff.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So Granger is good for that. Like if you have something for your auto repair or something like that. I did apply for JCPenney, the NTB card.
Yeah, NTB. Yeah, I remember.
I sent that one in, and I haven't heard anything back as of yet though about. JCPenney said no. They did say no. I did hear anything about the
Synchrony. Synchrony is JCPenney, Amazon Net 55, Lowe's
Amazon
Pros.
said no too.
Yeah. So what you probably running up against is we got to build that Experian. Because typically with that Experian, aside from having those 4 to 5 trade lines, you want to have a score around 70 or higher. So if the score is low, we only got 1 trade line. I'm assuming that's Uline, right? That's the only one on Experian. NAV Boost should be on there too. So you should have 2 on Experian.
It just says 1 for right now.
Okay, maybe when did you get your NAV account?
I did the very beginning. I did the NAV and Uline, like those were the base ones I did the very beginning. So I did those back in July.
Okay. I'm assuming something's going on with NAV not reporting. Maybe is your business address the same on Secretary of State that you gave NAV, or?
It is. It's the same one for NAV.
I will check with them.
Okay, I'll check with them and see if they're reporting it. The ones for the Experian that I was going to go for, that's what I asked you about. So Tiger Direct, I was going to do, but they did some really funny stuff. They're like, go through Behalf and see if you're approved for your business credit. I'm like,
yeah, Behalf is like it's like a bank, so to speak. They're underwriter for business credit. It's no PG, but typically you're gonna have to build out the profile. So you gotta have a couple. You gotta have a couple trade lines, right?
So what about Home Depot? Is that one gonna be like? Do I have
the Supply Works is a little harder at tier 1 now. Supply Works is getting a little bit tougher to get. So if you're looking to build Experian, I would try Supply Works. I would definitely try them.
They told me.
They told you no. Was it after or before the Paydex?
I'll have to go look and see.
Okay. And then also in the free Facebook group, I think I posted this, but I got a spreadsheet so you can start tracking like what vendors you got on what bureau.
Oh no, I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, yeah, I'll make sure I post that in there if it's not in there. But some other Experian, you could tier ones, you could do Supply Works. It's kind of borderline tier 2 at this point. I don't know what's up with them. But you could try Supply Works, Advanced Auto Parts. They report to Experian.
Okay. How do
Tier
you do
1.
it?
You just
Advanced.
have to go in the. I believe you have to go into the Advanced Auto place
Okay.
and get the store number for whatever store is closest to you. You need that store number, and then you can pull the application online, fill it out with the store number, and then submit it to them.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe try Advance, Uline. You got your Shell card that's going to report at some point to. That's
Do
at
they do
some point.
Experience or are they Equifax?
Yeah, Shell reports to all three. Now, also,
good.
what I was going to tell you is BP MasterCard. Do y'all got BPs in Macon?
We do. I got denied for that one, but I did that one before the 80 paydex. That was like one of the ones I tried to do at the very beginning.
I would circle back. I would circle back to BP because BP MasterCard, or you can do Fuelman, either or.
They said no, and that was after the 80 paydex.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably because we got to get some more trade lines on that Experian profile. Okay. Fuelman, they kind of iffy.
Okay.
But BP
I think from what I'm noticing,
one.
like it seems like a lot of the companies, and me and one of them was talking about it in the group. It seems like a lot of the companies to me are sort of pivoting on their requirements because I don't know, like I said, if it's just getting a flood of the market with more businesses trying to grow and build and learning about business credit. I get it for protecting themselves, but I wish they would at least say, because I just flat out asked JCPenney, I was like, well, what are your requirements? Like, just tell me that so that, because they're going to say, oh, well, this, you haven't, your business isn't maybe strong enough. I'm like, what does that mean? So I feel like because a lot of ones that I got told no for were advertised not just by you, but a lot of people is like, oh, these are easier to get. And I was like, I don't think so anymore.
Yeah, because that Supply Works, like you said, it's tougher. I mean, I know that was one of the first ones I originally had back in 2018, 2019. It was not nowhere near. It was an easy to like literally you put in the application, they email you back, hey, approve, here's your limit. So I don't know what's up with Supply Works, and they report to Experian. Did you try Divvy?
I did do Divvy, and they of course did the prepaid because we're not in the making the money that they want you to make. From they told me you had to make like 6 figures or whatever. But I did do them, so I'm now trying to create the business. I call it the business financial funnel. So like taking money from one business account, putting it in another business account to go to another one that I'm actually going to use.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to create now. But Divvy said yes, and I don't have the access to do the Robin's. Not Rob. What is it that everybody loves?
Capital on Tap?
No, the credit union. Everybody is just like in love with.
Navy Federal.
Yeah. So I'm not from the military, and I don't have anybody that's in the military that could get me in Navy Federal. Okay. So there's a credit union here anyway, though. But I went and did an account with them.
Yeah.
And I said I was just going to put money from my Bank of America to the credit union to the Divvy, and just use the Divvy as the main card.
Yep, grow the limit. Now one thing you can do too, Brex is another card that reports to Experian. It's prepaid. It's just like Divvy. You put up $500, $200, whatever, and it reports though. It reports to Experian.
Okay, so I got approved for them, but they were a little. I was wondering about them if anybody ever actually used.
No, I got Brex too. They approved me for this management company, the company I'm using now, I'm building. So Brex is cool. That's another trade line. I mean, with Sunbelt,
Floor and Decor, like
they report to Experian.
So now, what is this?
A little harder.
Pro one? How do you like the Pro one says?
Yeah,
you have to do the PG.
So let me see if I can pull up Floor, because I applied for them and they told me I would hear something in the mail. So that sounds like a denial to me. I was like, damn. I was like, dang, y'all gonna do me like that? I'm in the post business credit. You gonna do me like that? But I mean, it's always gonna be something. One thing I will say is why I kind of harp on that, making sure you got your making sure you got the corporate compliance, right? That bank compliance. So The actual card you want to go for is that Pro Premier. Is that the one you applied for?
I haven't applied for either one. I got all the notes, so I was just like, let's pause for a minute and see what we're doing wrong.
I mean, yeah, I get that. You know, when you get in those no's, it can be a little frustrating, you know.
I mean, that was like 8 or 9 of them back to back. So I was like, let's just
I trust you. If I showed you my stack of denial letters, you'd be like, damn. But yeah, it's just a part of the game. But now, one thing to keep in mind, and for Devon, I think Devon was asking what's the name of the free Facebook group. It's in the description, my brother. So CBCA Network should be down at the bottom. Maybe it's not. But that is the free Facebook group. So definitely hop in there. Like I said, Brex reports to Experian at tier 1. You got, hopefully we can get the BP approval that reports to all 3 business bureaus.
Okay.
The second NAV account, you won't see it on NAV, but if you actually pay for, I pay for the Experian, the $189 a year. You don't have to pay for it, but you'll see it on there because that's the raw data file. That's the actual.
Okay.
Because what NAV is giving you is kind of like a summary. It's not the raw data file, right? It's not what Experian actually has on file for your business. So I would say Brex would be one. Sunbelt, if you could swing, maybe, you know, rent a generator or rent something, you know, you could rent a generator, take it back, rent it for a day or two. They report to Experian. Let's try to circle back to BP MasterCard. So Brex, BP MasterCard, Sunbelt, and then Advanced Auto would be my 4 recommendations for Experian.
Okay.
For you. And then that'll give you about 5. Once you got about 5 on Experian, I'm seeing where you can actually go to Sam's and get approved.
And that's what I'm ready for. Because that's with my business. So that's what I'm ready for.
Yep.
I
think that's a good solid profile though. 4, 5. And I'll have remind me, put together a list of like some other tier 1 Experian. Because like I used to rely on SupplyWorks. That was like my goal. Oh, you need Experian? Go to SupplyWorks.
Right.
They ain't having it. They is not having it.
I get it. Protect yourself because I know, like, I'm trying to. At first, I was going with the ones that want you to put out the money first. I'm like, listen, we can't keep doing that either. The Red Spectrum.
Yeah, I heard about them.
Okay,
they'll boost your Equifax. They report to Equifax.
So, do I need to be trying to build Equifax while I'm building my Experian, or just focus on Experian?
Not really, because most times when I tell people that when I'm working with a client on the business Equifax, we really trying to go for bank funding. A lot of banks pull business Equifax, like BB&T. You got banks up north, credit unions. So building up the business Equifax for vendor approvals, not a lot of vendors really report to it or pull it. It's more so for bank funding. Now, Red Spectrum will bump up your Equifax though. If that's your question, you will see a bump because it reports to Business Equifax. Just same thing with Business T-Shirt Club. That was the other one. They report to all 3. Business T-Shirt Club. They report
how is that? Because that's when you got to pay first.
Yeah.
Order.
Yeah. So what I did was we coming out with like merch for our logo and everything. So I just bought like a bulk because I have a local printer here in Charlotte that'll print up shirts for me. So I just bought a bunch of blank T-shirts in bulk. So you could do that. And they'll let you put 50% down, so you don't have to pay in full like automatically. So if you order like $100 worth of shirts, you just pay $50. But you do have to pay for the annual membership, though.
Right? Yeah. And that's I was trying to stay away from those that keep having you pay for annual membership.
Well, they report. So I like Business T-Shirt Club though. They will report to all 3. They report to Equifax, Experian, and Dun & Brad. So that one's still a go-to of mine. But I think if you can put some money up on that Brex, maybe hold off on Divvy because Divvy doesn't report. Maybe do that same strategy with Brex. The strategy you was going to do with Divvy, do that with Brex first. Get Brex reporting, right? Now you got Brex on Experian, and then you get the Advance and Sunbelt, and then circle back to Business T-Shirt Club. You should start seeing in about maybe mid-October, end October, you'll start seeing those scores go up on Experian.
Okay.
And then you can go to Sam's because once your scores is around like 70, you could try flooring the core now, but I doubt you'll get it with one trade line. You can try it though, you know.
It's not. I was trying not to do stuff that wasn't like in my area, and I can't like use it for remodel. I think I'm gonna stick with the ones you said because I'm like the advanced auto part.
Yep.
I was him and Han about the business t-shirt club, so I think I'll go ahead and go for it if you said that's a good one.
Yeah, I like business t-shirt club tier 1. You got Uline, so Uline at some point should report once you use it.
Yeah,
Uline is good. They report to Experian.
Do you have?
I would do those 3.
Oh, because I don't spend I spend more with Quill than Uline.
Uline, if you spend about 80 or so, 50 to 80, you should be good. They're gonna report. Yeah. So if you spend about 50 to 80, they'll report it, and then, like I said, Uline will report, Advance, Brex, Sunbelt, and then Business T-shirt Club. That'll give you, and then Nav. So you'll have your 6.
Yeah, that is 6.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hold
that's
off.
what I would do.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I will. Well, thank you.
Absolutely appreciate you tapping in.
It is so helpful and so appreciative.
Yeah, that's why I'm here every week. You know what I mean?
We will be here watching you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, man. I appreciate you, Jay. And like I said, let me know about like I said, Business T-shirt Club. I usually put the links in all my videos to Business T-shirt Club. And Sunbelt. So those 2, I think you can utilize those in some capacity. And then Advance, maybe get a car battery or something. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something. Okay. Well, I appreciate you tapping on the live stream, and good luck to you. Definitely keep working, man. Keep up the good work, man. I'm proud of you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. You too. Yeah, it's just like that, man. Sometimes you just got to get on the live and kind of work through what's going on, man. So let's get back to it. Who wants to jump on the live stream, man? What y'all waiting on, man? Hop in here with me, man. We got a couple more minutes, man. I'm gonna hop in there. Let's see. Who wants to hop on the live and do a free Q&A, free strategy session? So that's one of the things we do with the strategy session. We actually hash out whatever issues you got going on, right? And so, if I can help you, I'd definitely love to help you. So let's go through the questions. SS says, if I have iPostal address, can I get approved for business credit card? That's iffy, man. I would not lean on iPostal at all. I just talked with a young lady up in Brooklyn, New York. She was getting denied left and right with iPostal. She got set up with Opus. We talked about Opus last week. I still like Opus, SS. I still like Opus. I'm not a fan of iPostal at all. I can't speak to whether you get denied or approved, but what I will say is the likelihood of your denials will be increased with an iPostal. I'll just say that. So great question, man. Appreciate you. I got my LLC from LegalZone that my address was wrong. No shit. I'm not sure. Oh, how do you change that because I'm getting denied from A to B? I would go to the Secretary of State, no shit. First and foremost, I would change it on the Secretary of State first, and then I would make the change on your Dun & Bradstreet profile, your business Experian, your business Equifax. So I would change it with the Secretary of State first. Right, I always start with the Secretary of State. Then next, you want to change it on your Dun & Bradstreet profile and your Experian profile. Okay, those would be the first 2 places I would start. Okay, so that would be my suggestion to you, Nosha. But great question. I heard something about freezing your personal credit. That is helpful. Yes, it works if you don't want to get a hard inquiry, Tramika. So if you are just hell bent on not getting a hard inquiry on your personal credit, then yes, I would not go ahead and I would freeze it. Or if you got some negative items, maybe you want them to, let's say you got Experian is clean, TransUnion is clean, but you got some issues with Equifax. Maybe you freeze Equifax. So if that bank was to pull Equifax, maybe they bump over to one of the ones that you do have a higher score on. So you could do that, Tramika. What's the name of the Facebook group? Is down below. CBCA Network, Carolina's Business Credit Alliance. Yes, Devon, Advance does report to Experian at tier 1. So hopefully you can get that approval and add that to your collection of tier 1. What's going on, Brooke BKR Seals? Hello. Let us know where you tapping in from. Business Credit Central is a new net 30. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out, Steve. Business Credit Central. So for everybody on the live stream, if you're catching this on the replay, Business Credit Central seems to be a new net 30, according to Steve. All right, appreciate that, Steve. Sunbelt Rentals. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have Business T-shirt club and quills off top. Okay. Right on, right on. Malik said, I definitely need to focus on building on my experience. Yeah, experience can be a little challenging. That's why I like the Brex card. At tier 1, Brex is pretty easy to get. You know, you put about $200, $500 up. One thing too, like I was saying, the city cards, they actually will report to the business bureaus. So you will get a trade line on Dun & Bradstreet and Experian for city cards with a PG. James says, got Floor & Decor, Sunbelt, Granger, Quill, Granger, Uline. Said no, but got Suma. What else should I try next on tier 1? I would say 2 nav accounts, 2 gas cards. James, 2 nav accounts, 2 gas cards. That's always the first place we start because, you know, with Granger, I've never used Granger, honestly. Floor & Decor, we got to see what we might have some beef with them, but if you got Floor & Decor, they report to Experian. It's revolving, so that's good. Uline, good. Still like Uline. Quill, good. Sunbelt, good. So you got a good mix, James. I would say maybe add the 2 nav accounts, and then get 2 gas cards, brother. So hopefully that helps. Okay, he said he got Phillips 66. So I would maybe get the BP MasterCard or the Fuel Man. I would get one of those two if you got Fuel Man in your area. BRK says I'm still in the formation phase, so Opus would be a good idea. Absolutely, BRK. BRKN. Yeah, I will go with Opus for a virtual address. They give you the virtual address. They give you the phone number, local phone number, right? So you get the address. Just make sure with Opus and go back to last week's live stream when I kind of talked about this. If you need some clarity, but just vet the location, drive by, go in, take a look, make sure it's a real office space. And if everything checks out, then set it up with Opus. But yes, Opus is great. Jay says, oh, that's what I was going to ask. Should I do the address changes before applying? Yes, Jay. So I would definitely go ahead and change on the Secretary of State. So make the change on the Secretary of State first, and then make the change on Dun & Brad. That's the order that I always go in. Secretary of State first, Dun & Bradstreet, Business Experience second. I always go in that particular order, and you won't have any problems. And also, what we talked about tonight with those business listings, make sure that address is the same for the business listings. Everything has to be the same. Your online listings, your Secretary of State, your Dun & Bradstreet profile, your Experian profile, all of that has to be the same. But great question, Jay. Appreciate you hopping on the live stream. Miss Jennifer said, I wanted to take time to say thank you for sharing this information. Absolutely. Very welcome. That's what I'm here for, Miss Jennifer. So we appreciate you hanging in there, hanging on the live stream with us. Definitely. Let's wrap up. Bouncing in from NYC. I got to get to New York, man. I got a lot of love in New York City, man. We're going to try to do a meetup in Queens. That's what I'm working on top of the year. I'm looking at doing a tri-state tour. We're going to do a meetup in New Jersey. We're going to do a meetup in New York, probably Queens or Brooklyn. I'm not quite sure yet. It's probably going to be Queens or Brooklyn, BRKN. So definitely tap in with me. Stay plugged in. We're going to try to do that top of the year. So we're going to do New Jersey and we're going to do Brooklyn or Queens. And then we'll probably pick another place. What's tri-state? So tri-state would be Connecticut too. Maybe we'll do Bridgeport or something like that. But yeah, thank you for tapping in. Credit Strong also. Okay, Credit Strong. I'm not familiar with Credit Strong, Jay, but I would say if you can justify spending some money with them and it makes sense, maybe try them out and see if they report. You know me, I'm 2 nav accounts, 2 gas cards. So Steve posted, I have 1 nav account. How do I get another one? So Steve, what you want to do is with a different email. So whatever nav account you have currently, that email you can't use for this strategy. I mean, not can't use. You already have a nav account, right? With that email. So with a different email, You want to give the same business name, same DUNS number, same EIN. You just want to pick whatever plan you don't have. So if you have the Boost plan, you want to get the Loan Builder plan. If you have the Loan Builder plan, you want to get the Boost plan, Steve. All right. So that's what you want to do. So I'm gonna bring somebody up into the stream. We're gonna wrap this thing up. We got Jay Para. What's going on, Jay? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, sir. I saw you on Erica Williams' channel, and then because I'm working and getting my business together, and it's getting crazy. I'm not even gonna take too much of your time because I know you got a show to run. How do I hire you for just consultant services? My stuff just needs Jesus, Allah. It needs everything. It's just And then when I listened to your videos, and when I thought I got it right, it's like little knick-knack stuff. So I just need my stuff just needs Jesus, Allah, the Torah. It needs everything right now.
So that's a good question, man. What I do, I still have, and for this is for anybody in the chat, if you want to take advantage of these, I do still do the one-on-one strategy calls. Essentially, with that strategy call, we'll basically take a look at what you guys set up, and we'll try to map out a 90-day game plan, similar to what I kind of had structured it with Jay tonight, but we'll kind of tailor it to what your needs and what you got going on. So if you go to the link in my bio on my Instagram, so that's the same handle, Carolina's Own on Instagram. You'll click the link in the bio, and there's a tab that says book a one-on-one strategy session, and then you can go ahead and set that up, and we'll kind of hop on Zoom and we'll hash it out. Usually lasts about an hour, 90 minutes, and we can kind of get everything squared away for you, my brother.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you hopping on the live. All right, so my man Jay want to get straight to it. All right, let's get back to the questions before we wrap up. What is the best tier 1 gas cards that you could get that report to all three? So BP MasterCard, Georgia Pro Wash, BP MasterCard, Fuelman MasterCard, and WEX. A to B, I think, reports to all three. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat can chime in. But the three I like is BP MasterCard, or excuse me, for my West Coast family, I can't leave y'all out. Arco MasterCard. So either BP or Arco MasterCard. And then Fuelman and WEX Fleet. So hopefully that answers your question, Georgia Pro Wash. Yeah. James said, thank you, man. No Fuelman around here, though. I believe you can use Fuelman at QTs, though. Fuelman's a little more flexible. You can use them at QT. It's a wider network. It's not just Fuelman gas stations. So keep that in mind. If I got one nav account that charged me every 3 months, how do I go about getting another report without messing stuff up? So you just want to get, if you pay for it quarterly, whichever nav plan you have, you just want to get the opposite plan with a different email. That's the way you set up the two nav accounts is you want to get two trade lines with two different emails. Now they can be two personal emails, they can be two business emails. And that's one of the things, we can kind of help you guys with if you set up the free strategy call. So if you see the number below, text free to 980-825-4360, and we can help you kind of map that whole strategy out. Or Devon, if you want to go to 80paydexcheatsheet.com, you can download, you can make a copy of the 80 Paydex cheat sheet. It walks you through step by step how to actually set up those two nav accounts. But great question, my brother. All right, we're going to wrap this thing up. How do I update Experian once the address is changed? So Experian, great question, Jay. All you want to do is pull your Experian file from Nav. So you want to download it first and foremost, and then you want to dispute it. I think it's Experian Disputes. I just had to... so I'm gonna share this screen. Let me pull this up. But that's a great question, Jay. So all you want to do is once you know what you want to dispute, which would probably be in your case the address, you just want to go here, and I'll put this link in the description in the comments. But essentially all you want to do, Jay, is you want to go here. Let me hide this, and you just want to go ahead and I'm gonna put this in the actual comments. So Experian Disputes. All right. So that's what you want to do. You want to go to that link and just follow that. You want to circle what's on the report. Add a brief explanation as to why you're considering change the information is correct. So for instance, for you changing the address, you want to circle the business address on the report that you print out from Nav. Then you want to say that, hey, this business information is not update. This is not the information on Secretary of State. And then you want to say, you want to give them the correct information. So if you change something on Secretary of State, usually you can go back and print off the records from Secretary of State. So that's pretty much it, Jade. Yep. Credit Strong shows a loan of $10K when you sign up and it's $115 a month. Okay. Maybe worth it, Jay. I'm not familiar with Credit Strong, so I don't want to tell you no, but I would just say be cautious. So maybe after that first month, if you don't see a report, get rid of it. Yeah, absolutely, Tramika. I'm here every week to bless the family. That's what we do. Okay, BRKN. Appreciate you tapping in. Classic Climb. Love Erica, man. She's so dope, man. I love her channel, man. If y'all not subscribed to the Classic Climb blog, don't play yourself. Make sure you subscribe. It's some of the best content out here on this YouTube channel, man, on these YouTube streets, man. I'm coming for that, that crown though. But shout out to Erica, man. She's so dope. Her channel is dope. I appreciate her giving me the platform to, help you guys build your business credit. So love Erica. Shout out to her. Love y'all, man. Shout out to the family on here, man. We 31 deep, man. It's almost 2 hours, an hour and a half. All right. So B Card says, thank you so much for dropping this knowledge. You're very welcome, my brother. Very, very welcome. Malik, very welcome. Thank you. The GOAT. I appreciate that, man. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to get that crown to Miss Vanessa Lynn. Shout out to the GOAT, man. My OG. I ain't the GOAT, man. I just passionate about helping business owners get access to capital, Malik. But appreciate that love, man. So Arco Business Solution MasterCard is a go. Then I got approved for that. Yeah, Arco is great. Arco is good because it reports to all three. So essentially, it's FleetCor is the bank, Tramika. So FleetCor is the bank for BP, MasterCard, and Arco. Most times people on the West Coast, like Phoenix, Las Vegas, LA, San Diego, Arco is on the West Coast. I'm in the South. I'm in Georgia. I'm in Georgia. Lord have mercy. I'm in Charlotte. So we have BP. We don't have Arco, but it's the same bank. They report to all three bureaus. So if you're on the West Coast, you would do Arco MasterCard. So when you hear me say BP, if you're watching this and you're in LA, Washington State, Portland, Oregon, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Arizona, then you want to use the Arco application, not the BP, because BP is not on the West Coast. All right, Jade, no problem. You're welcome. Appreciate you. Banks will flag that authorized user loan. Okay. So there you go. Sway says it'll get flagged. I'm not either way, Jade. I honestly, I'm not too familiar with Credit Strong, so I'm gonna have to do some digging on that one. I'm gonna tap in with Credit Strong myself. We got about 3 more minutes. So who has a question before we wrap this thing up, man? We have one location. I want to add a second location. Do we have to change info on our credit profiles? I wouldn't change anything. Whatever you got listed, Georgia Pro Wash, just keep it the same. Because when you list on the Secretary of State for Georgia, I don't think you can add another address. But what you could potentially do on your website, you will add, we got 2 locations. So on your website, I would definitely make sure to let your customers know, hey, we got 2 locations. But whatever address you used originally, whether it was a virtual address, home address, or, a brick and mortar address, when you register with Georgia Secretary of State, I would just leave that. Whatever's on the business profile, I mean, as long as it's not red flag, as long as it's not like an iPostal or, one of the ones that get red flag, I wouldn't change it because like we talked about tonight, once you do those online listings, the Yelp, the Google My Business, the 411s, all of that, it's going to be, tedious to go back and change that. So if you can leave it as is, I would say leave it as is for as long as you can. Now, if it was a situation where you went from one to the other, right? You move from this one to that one, then yes, I would say do that. Yep. So we got a few more questions rolling in. How much do you have to spend for advanced auto to report? That's a good question. I would say minimum 50 to 100 dB. I would say minimum to 100. That's a nice car, by the way, man. That car is awesome, man. Is that your car? That is dope, bro. Like, that's a dope Supra, man. Like, yo, y'all check out this man got a hell of a Supra. Damn. I like that, bro. I like that. But yes, to answer your question, 50 to 100 for it to report to Experian. Miss Danielle, do you have a list of trade line listed by the credit agency they report to? I will make one, Danielle. I don't have one. I just kind of know these off the dome just from working with people and doing the strategy calls. But I will put together a tier 1 spreadsheet with, a tab for DNB, a tab for Experian, and a tab for Equifax. Yep. I will do that. So just remind me, Danielle. Miss Jennifer says, if I'm applying for NTB, am I applying for a credit application or a net 30? So it is a net 30, Jennifer. And what you want to do real quick is you want to actually apply. Oops, let me do this before I share my screen. What you want to do with that application, Jennifer, and I'll actually go through it. I'll show you it on the actual live stream. You want to make sure that you don't fill out the second part of it, okay? Because what you have to do is a paper application. So when you download the application, you can write and fill it out by hand, but don't sign the second paper. Don't sign the second sheet, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's go here. All right, so when you go to NTB, right, what you want to do is you want to scroll down to the bottom of the page for NTB. Excuse me. And you want to go here where it says apply for, what is it? Apply for financing. I think this is it. Could be credit though. No, that's not it. All right, let me go back. I think it's apply for fleet. Okay, so here, Jennifer, make sure you watching. This is for you, and anybody watching is on the replay. You want to go all the way to the bottom where it says fleet services. Click this fleet, and then here you want to go to where it says apply now, and then the actual application will show up. So that's what you want to do. You want to get that application, and then it will actually did I download it? Maybe not. Oh, but that's what you want to do, Jennifer. You want to go here to apply now, get the paper application, fill that out, and then you want to make sure that you don't fill out the second page. Okay. Yep. Oh, you're very welcome. Jennifer said, thank you so much. Yeah, you're very welcome. And that's a no PG trade line that reports to Dun & Bradstreet. I just got some brake work done for my car and use NTB. So it does report the trade line. Yep. DB said, yes, sir. All right, man. That's a dope whip. I like that, man. I like that paint job, man. You work on cars, or what do you do? You just hook them up, or you just hooked up the Supra? Okay, Bull City. I see you. Bull City. All right. Yeah, man. I know all about the Bull. Shout out to the Bull City, man. Durham in the building. Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to do a meetup in Durham, man. I'm thinking about doing these meetups again. I don't know how this is gonna go with this COVID situation, man. I'm a little, I don't know. But yeah, we did a meetup. The last meetup we did was in Durham, matter of fact. So DB, definitely tap in with me, man. We'll be in Durham before the year is out. We'll be up there again. Let's see, SS. So for our postal address, change Secretary of State first, then DB. Yes, that's the order. Yep. So Secretary of State first, then Dun & Brad, and Experian next. Yep. I always start with the Secretary of State, but good synopsis. So Credit Strong only report to one bureau. Which bureau, Malik? Which bureau do they report to? Jennifer, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. We got some spammers on here, man. Lord have mercy. Yeah, man. We got some spammers. All right. So I think it's time we wrap this thing up, man. We're going to take one last question. Do they put the varying types of trade lines is what's necessary to build a good profile? Also loans. I would say, Jade, again, a solid tier 1 business profile is about 5 to 7 trade lines. Again, we gave you I think we ran through about 6 for Experian for you. So I would maybe focus on the Experian file. You got a solid DMB profile. We just need to work on that experience. So yeah, absolutely. Georgia Pro Wash. Very welcome, man. Tapping in with me. Appreciate you tapping in with me. Yeah, I reported them, Jade. I don't know where these spammers came from, man. Lord have mercy. All right, Tramika. We'll see you on the next one. Damn, it hacked your phone? How the hell did it hack your phone? That's crazy. Oh, man. Yeah, exactly. I don't know where the spam came from, man. I guess it's time to get off the live stream, y'all. But again, text the number text free to 980-825-4360 to get your free strategy session. You see, we did a strategy session tonight with Jade. That's how we do them on every one of them. Anybody who's on the live that did a strategy session with me, they know I break it down for you. I give you the game. We're going to show you how to get that 80 paydex in 60 days or less. And yeah, so I appreciate everybody tapping in. If you're catching this on the live stream, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. We're going to start doing more of these where we actually bring people on the live stream. So if you want to get a live free coaching, all I ask you to do is hop in the stream, and we'll hash it out right here on the stream, right here for the whole community to learn and grow. But that's pretty much it, man. We'll catch you guys next week, same time, 8 p.m. for another live stream. And be blessed. Go out here and crush it. Let's get these approvals. I want to keep this thing rolling, man. Every week I want to come back to the stream with another approval, either my personal approval or client approval or approval from you guys. So let's keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. Salute to everybody. Yeah, Edward, man. I'm gonna start doing that pretty regularly now, man. I'm gonna bring you guys into the stream. And we'll just kind of hash out what you got going on, man. We'll kind of answer questions and do a little bit of Q&A, man. So if y'all digging that, if y'all want to do that, let me know in the comments below on this live stream, on the replay, and we'll try to make it happen. Edward, definitely, man. Appreciate you tapping in with me, good brother. All right, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, and we're gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. We out of here.